situation. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Podcast. This week, proudly brought to you by... hey, everyone. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, I'm Gavin.
I'm Gus.
I'm Brennan.
I'm Blaine.
And I'm Gus.
Blaine, you were freaking out before the podcast started. What's going on? I went in the bog and you were like...
I just got back from the gym and then I had to take a shower and I had to put deodorant on and...
Did you bust an eye vessel? A
Did I?
vessel in your eye?
Does it look like I did?
You been lifting hard?
No, I don't think I did.
Steroids.
I went to pee 10 minutes ago and he was in the shower.
Yeah, and then I had to get my makeup, and then while I was in there, I had plenty of time, so I plucked my eyebrows. So
Let's just say like you yanked one off. Brandon had an idea. I hate to say it, but Brandon had a really funny idea for a prank we could have pulled on you while you were taking a shower.
what was it? Let me hear.
I'm too socially awkward, though, to have done it.
So he wanted to see if we could get as many people as possible to go in and take turns dumping in the bathroom while you're in the shower.
That's a disgusting
Just like
prank.
That would've
two at a
bothered me.
time, nonstop. Because I was in there and I was like, oh, gross. How horrible would it be if you're there cleaning your body and there's nothing but like shit fumes? It's just like, it's counterproductive. Like you're cleaning it off and then you keep like soaking in
Yeah, but surely the shampoo and the suds and all those fumes would block out the feces.
It's like
You
it
think they'd
forms
be
like
battling?
a wall. Like,
Yeah.
hey, shit, you stay over there.
I
Like,
probably would
really?
have noticed because I play music when I shower. I was like listening to Spotify while I was in there.
He would be the only...
for the smell.
I don't think the music would help the
Yeah.
feces, but you would be protected by this layer of, nice smell, and everyone dumping would be dumping and everyone else's dumps. And it would
Well,
be...
No, I think the dumps would totally overtake all of the...
How would you ask everyone at the company? Would you have to
I
send
know,
it
that's
like
what
an
I'm saying.
everyone?
Everyone
I'm
you
too
know.
awkward enough to just go up to all these people and just be like, hey, guys, if you think you have to take a shit, like, you could.
I really appreciate Bernie reminding us that you work out before you appear on camera to pump up. Thanks, Bernie. I'm really glad you're not here, but telling us shit we already know.
Hey, Bernie.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, man. I don't think I would have necessarily been all that clean because I realized while I was taking my shower, Dan was here and you guys were shooting a Slow-Mo Guys thing, and he needed to take a shower. And I have
very
shower
messy.
supplies up here because I shower up here all the time. And I was like, yeah, you can take my shampoo and my soap and stuff. And I was like, while I was like sudsing up and stuff, I realized like, Dan used this.
Oh, God.
Like,
You let someone use your bar soap?
he's probably just riddled and
Yeah, now
So-
now
I
you're
don't
gonna
know what.
really like cross-eyed girls for some reason.
So it wasn't like squirt soap; it was an actual
bar.
soap bar.
Yeah.
That's oh, God, I can't do
You
that.
never
I have
share
2
a
bars
bar
of
of
soap just for me.
What? Like one for face, one for knobble.
Yeah, like one for like all of this and then one for like in this area.
Head
All
to
of that.
toes.
And
all
like
one
I have
bar.
a system too. One goes on that part of the bathroom, and then this one. And when I travel, they're in different color.
They're not like different
cases.
soaps altogether. Like it's
No.
the same brand of soap.
It's the same brand. Yeah,
You're living dangerously.
It's the same brand.
should be like,
I
oh,
never
no,
thought of that.
You should be like Irish Spring for my body, Dove 'cause it's pure for my junk, and my butthole, like the unpurest get the pure.
Well, that same bar of soap that was probably on Dan's balls was just
All over your lips.
all over me. So
You can just give it some of that to like get all the stuff.
after I realized it, I was like really cleaning it off, but I don't know.
That's
There's
really
pubes
weird, like-
on it.
Either that or you were thoroughly.
Were there
scrubbing
really
Dan's
pubes
There
beard.
was
on it?
pubes on it.
Oh. I was about to ask, like, does soap get dirty? And you just very clearly proved, yes, soap can be dirty.
Yeah, it
But
retains
how do
it.
you wash? Like, do you need to shave off layers
Right?
to
Do you,
perfectly
can
No,
wash?
you
soap
just-
clean itself?
No, you need another bar of soap. Just
a smaller bar of soap?
You
for
need
the
soap
bar?
soap. Okay,
Yeah.
I think I
He's
broke Gavin's
confused.
I
line
was,
for a
I was-
minute.
I was thinking about different ways you could clean soap,
What do you call those things that like slice up
Like
cheese?
cheese grater?
Cheese grater.
Yeah,
or a potato peeler.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Just
Yeah.
like
The thing that scrapes cheese, a potato peeler.
So
Yeah.
it's like
What?
I'm in this huge rush and I run into the kitchen naked. I'm like, just cleaning up this bar of soap.
No, don't mind me, guys. Just clean soap.
Carry on.
Don't use these shavings.
How often do you
there's
shower?
ball hair on this guy. Sorry,
How often do you shower here at the office?
I think I shower here at the office more than I shower at my home.
That's so weird.
Like, okay, so I'm really curious about the shower here at the studio. The shower situation here at the studio
Not very
seems gross to me.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that you shower here so much? Because I feel like there's really no door. Like, there's a curtain that looks to me like it's going to fall down all the time. And you're basically showering in a little corner of the bathroom with a shelf full of dirty towels.
And where do you get dressed?
Do you bring your own
Over in
towels?
that area. Yeah, I bring my own towels. Today I had to use a towel that was here because I was in a rush this morning. But no, typically I'll wake up in the morning and I'll go, if I work out in the at the gym, it's way better to shower here than to shower. What are we looking at? Shower
No,
at
keep
the. It's better to shower here than at the gym because
'Cause
then
of
I'm not
less-
surrounded by like old dudes with their scrotes hanging out and stuff.
Does that
Yeah.
put you off?
Well, I mean,
it's weird,
to be
but
fair, there's still some old dudes with their junking out here, just
Yeah.
not as much.
Yeah, I just do it in my office.
and I don't
Yeah.
see it quite as much. But
My big problem with that shower is the curtain is see-through. I think somebody bought a curtain because they thought it looked really nice, but I can see through it when I'm there. So I imagine
Why are you
it's
looking
not
at
like a one-way shower curtain.
We should take a picture of the shower, 'cause it's really tiny. It's like two bogs and then just a shower area. There's not even any privacy to change.
We should start a meerkat from out there and live stream.
What the hell is a meerkat? It's one of those things where I keep hearing the term, and I'm too annoyed by it to look up what it means.
It's
And
just
now
like-
I'm just annoyed because I don't know.
It's just a live streaming app that
Oh,
you
okay.
can like alert and chat with people via
But
Twitter.
people are already using it like, I meerkatted over there.
It's old. Meerkat's over. I don't
it
know why
really?
anyone's still talking about it. Like, Alan sent an email to everyone. It's like, oh my god, have you guys heard about this meerkat? I just replied with the slowpoke meme picture.
doesn't like the Chive have one or something? They just constantly live stream their office or something.
I don't know that they do it through an app. I think they just have like an actual live stream on their website.
Okay. Well, wait, so a meerkat. I'm sorry, I'm totally slowing us down. Is it an app that you put up a phone?
What
or
did
is
you
it
call it?
Meerkat?
Meerkat.
Meerkat?
Yeah.
That's like that's a breed of cat.
Yeah, it's an app that runs on your phone. So you launch it. You're like, I want to stream
Timon.
right now, and you start a live stream.
Oh, that's cool. I thought it was you like put a camera and then you can see what's happening on your phone. Because I have an app on my. I didn't trust people in my college dorm, so I had a laptop open with a webcam, and you can.
Oh,
connect
you're
via
weird.
Security camera. No, it was,
No,
it was-
you're weird.
No, I could
Was
see
it because
people walking.
did your roommate
in.
have sex in your room? Is that what you were
I only had
recording?
single apartments, but people had master keys.
Okay.
So I
you
can
didn't
watch-
have a roommate.
No.
Okay, that's less weird.
Yeah. No, that'd be weird. Yeah. Well, also like there's a little green light on, so it's like like Blaine's watching us. Fuck.
There's no way to defeat a green light. The technology for that has not been invented. There's no way we could cover it.
Get everyone to wear green sunglasses.
Oh yeah, there you
There
go.
you go.
Then
good
nobody
response.
sees anything. Yeah, so it's just a live stream thing. People were talking about it a lot at South by
Yeah,
Southwest.
that's the first
But-
time I heard of it. Is South by Southwest.
Like I guess it had launched, and when it initially launched, it could hook into the Twitter API so that you could automatically add all of your Twitter friends on Meerkat. But then it started getting popular, so Twitter cut them out, so they can't use the API anymore. So now you have to manually re-add all of your friends.
Oh, boo.
Not gonna.
And then if you like chat with anybody who's running a live stream on Meerkat, the chat messages get published to your Twitter stream.
It's weird.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's
I don't like when people post from my Twitter or Facebook.
yeah.
Like
So then you'd have to, if your friend like sent out a link, you'd click on it and then it would load up this app. You can't watch it within the Twitter app.
Correct. The Twitter app or Meerkat gets authorization from Twitter to log in, and then it just pops up.
So I had to have. It took me a while to understand what Snapchat was. This was about like I don't know a year ago or so, maybe a little bit more. And like I had to have like my 15-year-old cousin explain it to me, and I felt so
You know
old
what's
and
what's even
such
worse?
a stereotype.
This is an actual Google search I performed. How do I use Snapchat?
Yeah,
Yeah, people are laughing at me in the control room. That's a fucking sobering Google search. Like I imagine like my parents like, how do I Google? You know, like, fuck, I'm at that point in my life where I'm asking a search engine for help.
well, that's how you can tell it's geared towards young people because there's no like options. Everything is swiping. Like you interface with the entire app by just memorizing like how to get to certain places. It's like you Minority Report everything.
Right.
And then like
exactly what I
kids who
was gonna say.
grew up, kids who grew up like navigating with like iPads and stuff. It's not a big deal, but for me, I'm just like, fuck. Which way do I have to do?
I'm
this?
waiting for the rotary version of Snapchat. Until then, I'm just really not gonna jump on board.
It's not the best put together app though, because there's a button at the bottom that is a button, but it has an arrow, so it's like, oh, I want to swipe up, but when you swipe up, then your little controls come up.
See, if you have problems using it, that means you're old.
You can swipe. You don't have to swipe up from the bottom. You can swipe up from the middle of the screen as well.
Oh,
I think that indicator's just there to let you know that that's an available action.
Yeah.
I'm worried that the more of these kind of things that I let just pass me by, the harder it's going to be to get back into society when I'm just confused by everything.
That's absolutely
So,
why
I want
I
to
searched.
I want to use everything. It's just a shame that all the stuff's really annoying.
Yeah.
But I want to like I feel like I want to get an Apple Watch just so I can stay ahead and have a smartwatch.
As opposed to a dumb watch.
Yeah, my watch is pretty dumb right now. Just tells the
You have
time.
a nice watch. What are you talking about? Or is it you're not wearing it?
I'm not wearing it.
It's so nice. It's. not
I've been filming slow-mo guys for the last 10 days. I never wear it.
Yeah, smart.
I don't want to break it.
Time operates differently. when you're behind the Phantom. Like you can't get your watch close to it, otherwise it
If you
just
use
doesn't
the
like
Phantom
it.
for too long, you end up with a beard and like you're all grey.
It starts slowing down your watch. Your watch becomes worthless. You have to throw it away.
Apparently, there's this really good app called Yik Yak or something. They always advertise it on Twitter, but apparently it's only local. So it's like you can only see what people post on Yik Yak within like a mile radius, I think. But since we live like close to university, people
Fine.
post like
that's
stuff
all,
about parties.
It's all well and good, but why is it called Yik Yak? It's annoying.
Because Yik Yak.
All other names were taken.
Everything else had already been invented.
Bernie
Yik Yak.
wants to remind me. He tweeted at me saying, "Blaine just said a meerkat is a breed of cat, and you're just gonna let that slide."
Why is it not?
It's like a rodent or something, isn't it?
Right? Don't you remember there was like that TV show Meerkat Manor? It's like those little rodents. That, like,
Do you actually think it was like a house
little,
cat?
yeah, those things.
Yeah, those things are adorable, man.
You ever see The Lion King?
Yeah,
Oh, Timon,
it's good.
yeah.
It's a
Little
good movie.
meerkat.
Yeah.
Darth Vader's in that movie.
He is.
Yeah, so is Matthew Broderick. Anyways, how was you guys
Who
South by
who else
Southwest?
is in this movie?
Shut up. The new Alfred, the British guy who was also in Die Hard. Shut up.
Man.
How was everybody's South by?
Well, before we get to South by,
Rowan
there's something else I
Atkinson.
want to talk about first.
Okay.
Who's in it?
Have you all seen the new Mission Impossible trailer?
Fuck yeah.
Rogue Nation or Rogue State?
No.
So good.
It just came out today.
Who's in it?
Tom Cruise, Jeremy Renner, Ving Rhames,
Alec Baldwin.
Ooh,
and Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
that's a solid cast, actually.
It looks fucking good.
I love Simon Pegg, but the last movie had too much Simon Pegg. I feel like.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Ghost Protocol.
I really like the
Benji?
scene where they're hiding behind that projection screen and like pushing up the
yeah.
hallway. I thought that was really cool.
Wasn't it?
Oh, is this the trailer?
Oh, cool. We have it here.
Oh, great. This will get us a takedown from YouTube. It looks so good. I mean, it just looks like super action. Like I feel like every time they release a Mission Impossible trailer, it's like, well, we did we did fucking crazy shit last time. What are we gonna do that's even
you-
crazier to top it this
Were
time?
you about to say we did the impossible?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. To stop myself to not sound like an idiot.
There was even a part where in the trailer where the lady's like, "To stop them is impossible," and then Tom Cruise like smiles. He might as well just like, look at the
Yeah,
camera.
look in the camera.
It was pretty good. Fucking Tom Cruise on a plane. I bet he did that too. Because he's like known for his crazy stunts.
You don't think they green screened that or anything?
I would imagine that Tom Cruise is like, yeah, I'll do it.
Do you think they really took off? Do you think Tom
Yeah.
Cruise really held onto the side of a plane
Yeah.
as it took off?
He went up that fucking tower in Dubai.
Yeah, but the insurance on that would have been nuts.
Yeah, but
like
it's
being
Tom
on a
Cruise.
plane that's taken off.
Do you see him on Oprah where he's like jumping around? He's nuts.
There's
Do you
no
think
way.
in the first Mission Impossible he jumped from an exploding helicopter into another helicopter?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'd have to watch that.
Wait,
to
what movie was
confirm.
that?
That's the first Mission Impossible.
He
Yeah.
jumped onto a train, didn't he?
Oh, was it a train?
Was it two choppers?
It was a train.
Oh, okay.
I bet he jumped.
And then he
was on that plane.
It crashes and the blade is like.
Yeah, like right. It's like how he took the time to give that like one callback, the red light, green light with the gum.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't just do it. He had to make a reference to something that had happened previously,
It's
so
like
the guy
saying-
would know.
It's like saying, "Pay attention, audience." Climax. Yeah, I guess.
It was
Yeah.
pretty crazy. I actually tweeted about that not too long ago because I think they were supposed to do a winter release, but they didn't want to compete with somebody, so they pushed it to this summer.
What are you talking about?
Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay.
They had not said anything. That was like the first trailer, but it's supposed to be coming out like in a couple months.
The first movie is not cool.
Not that
it
great.
has some- I liked it, but it has some awful moments. Like when the guy's riding the lift up, and then the lift brakes come down and go through the top of his face. It's gruesome. I remember watching that as a kid and being like, "Oh."
Was that a
oh
part
my
of the
God.
elevator though? That looked like something that someone just put there.
I thought it was like the brakes that catch
Oh.
the elevator when it's at the top.
I don't know. All I know is
Silly.
that 2 fucking sucked. 2 was shit.
Two was the one with everyone taking each other's face off, and I was really confused. on that one.
Oh yeah, every 2 seconds someone takes their
It's
face
like
a
a
lot
lot
of-
of Tom Cruise, but I'm really Doug Ray
There
Scott.
was like birds and doves flying around all the time too. 3 was pretty damn good.
I assume you didn't watch the TV show for Mission Impossible, right?
It was like 60s, wasn't it?
I've seen a few. Like they're
Well,
really
like,
old.
Apparently, like everybody who was in all the characters that were in the TV show died in the first 5 minutes of the first movie. Like, if you love the TV show and you went to see a movie adaptation, would you walk out of the theater if that happened?
I think at that
And then
point,
the bad guy was like the good guy in the show, like
I think by
That
that
was
point,
Phelps,
everyone knew it was like a Tom Cruise movie.
yeah,
I'm
John
sure.
Voight, I think, yeah.
John Voight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
Wasn't Leonard Nimoy in the show? I'm not crazy.
I think you are correct. I could be wrong.
This could be another Meerkat situation.
Um,
Apologize in advance.
Bernie texted me to remind me that I didn't know this actually, that Simon Pegg quit his Twitter account
Really?
Oh, why?
Why?
in December. He said that I don't know, just his quote was, "I haven't been enjoying it for a while now. There hasn't been a specific incident and the reasons are various. Ultimately, I think we've just grown apart. What I'm saying is, it's not you, it's me. And now, some other people run it, like other people on his
Nat.
PR team.
There's Nat here.
He had 5.4 million followers.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense not to delete it then and just hand it over.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has
I'm
one
sure
of
that
the-
will happen more and more with people just getting done with it, like
Mm-hmm.
sick of it.
I mean, it's Facebook. People are banning their Facebooks and stuff.
Well, has anyone registered for the Chinese Twitter? I think it's on Sina. I have my account.
Why?
From when they take over.
Yeah, and like media just becomes more and more global, and cultures just keep getting like more like fused together.
We're
I bet
pretty
you like
fused
every
together right
celebrity like has. Well, yeah, but it keeps integrating more and more and more and more.
So then why
And,
does
like,
there need to
that's
be a
such a valuable
Chinese
market.
Twitter if everything integrates?
Well, I'm just saying like the way in which you communicate to people. Like there's certain things that are just more popular. Like the user base on that service, it's never going to migrate to Twitter. But yet you can start selling like products to them slowly as like other like major corporations have done within China.
So
And
you
I think
want to
that's gonna
sell
extend
stuff to the
brands.
Chinese?
Yeah, your
What are
own
you selling?
brand.
The Brandon
brand.
Farmahini brand?
No, there's a Mr. Farmahini
Brand
Sina
Farmahini.
account. I'm just holding on to it. I'm going to weigh it.
You don't know Chinese.
You don't have a brand either.
It's okay. You don't need to know Chinese.
You
Mandarin
have
or-
nothing. You like literally. I'm trying to picture what is the Brandon Farmahini brand. It is
This.
a pug eating lube. Like that's all I think of. That's the extent
That's
of.
so recent. I've been here for like 30 years or 7 years.
Yeah, and what have you done in
Pug
that
eating
time?
lube, that's the thing.
That's your thing now, man. What is your thing? Like you can't tell me what
It
your
used
thing
to be
is.
2.0. That was the thing that followed me around for a
It's
while.
either a pug eating lube or it's the South Poles in the North. You pick.
Oh,
I'm gonna totally rat out
Neither
Cole.
of those two things are.
Right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
totally rat out Cole, but I remember talking to him, and we were just talking about how we used to be Rooster Teeth fans and how it's weird working for us for Rooster Teeth now. But he said, "Don't tell Brandon," but I had a Brandon 2.0 shirt,
Yeah, there were only 120 of those sold, and I had 6
and
of them.
he had
or
one.
10.
I don't think I ever saw that shirt.
I sent you one. You didn't wear it?
You sent me one?
Yeah,
You did not.
I thought we were friends.
Oh, that reminds me.
It had the cute little robot on it that Luke McKay had put on my character from the RD Comics.
Aw.
Oh, so we do have a T-shirt?
This week's T-shirt Tuesday.
That's awesome.
It's Team Salt and Vinegar.
I don't understand the reference.
You don't get it? Do you watch Achievement Hunter?
Oh, I was making a Pringles reference joke, but
Is that our
Oh.
first Achievement Hunter? Is that our first Achievement Hunter shirt?
Are you fucking stupid?
Pretty good.
There it is. T-shirt Tuesday. See out Tuesday. Team Salt and Vinegar.
Yeah.
Blaine, you had something to say about South by, or?
Oh yeah, South by. I thought South by went really well. I had a lot of fun doing
it
last
rained
Monday's.
the whole time.
It did. Only
Not
towards the
whole
end.
time.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of fun on last Monday's podcast, having Sally join us to
That
talk
was
It
great.
was
science.
awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that bit went really well. Initially in
Yeah.
my head, it was like, we'll just bring it out for like 10, 15 minutes. We'll talk, and then she can go back. But then it was like,
She held her own.
yeah, I thought it went really well. I was like, oh, this is going good.
Yeah.
What do people think about the podcast?
I think people were genuinely pretty happy about it. We learned from our last South by Southwest, and we got the headphones this time, so
I
we
wanna
could hear
talk
each
about
other.
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst.
Oh gosh, that was so awkward.
I ran audio on that, and I was just like, fired.
Did we ever talk about that? Like what happened last year?
I'm sure we have. We can go over it. We did the Joe Rogan, the podcast with Joe Rogan, and we didn't think about it, but it's like if you have a venue that's open to the public with free liquor, people are going to come in and drink free liquor, and when you get up on stage to start talking, they don't give a fuck what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's like it was impossible. It was really difficult for us to hear each other.
Yeah, and we couldn't hear them either in the audience. So I started to go up to people individually and just ask them to kind of keep it down so we can hear everything. But a lot of them were like MMA, like douchebags. And needless to say, no, they definitely didn't get quieter, but they were just like, didn't even wait for me to leave before they started just like
So you were like
mocking me.
telling the attendees of basically a party to be like,
But it was a Rooster Teeth-ish party.
There's
It was branded
There's no
a Rooster Teeth
rules
party.
in South by Southwest. I was on 6th Street trying to film stuff for the recap. I was seeing drug deals, just like I saw like 5 drug deals. And then when we were at the Rooster Teeth, or one of the Rooster Teeth parties, people were just coming in, and I was kind of got a little drunk, a little saucy, and I was like going up to people. I did not know who they were, and they didn't look like Rooster Teeth fans. Like, hey, out of curiosity, do you know what this party's for? And they're like, I don't know, free booze. And I was like, oh, cool.
No, I mean, granted, I've been that guy
Yeah,
a lot, but I mean, if there was like a show going on, I'd
be respectful.
be respectful.
lots of attractive people come to Austin
Oh yeah.
for South by. It's an experience.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant. South by Southwest, it's an experience.
So we had somebody. There's this like vendor that I work with a lot, and I just have one contact from them, and they're in New York. and they were here for South by, and they kept inviting us to go out. We're kind of like, it's probably going to be kind of boring. It's probably somebody who's just, an account person, just kind of want to take us out, and probably not really our speed. And then I looked her up on Facebook, and I was like, oh my God, Blaine, this girl is so hot.
Sure.
So I sent her, and we just felt so stupid because we kept blowing her off, and it was too late.
Yeah. No, I didn't get to hang out with her. I was really bummed. So.
Judge the book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So I'm checking Twitter here. Who sent me this?
Is Bernie saying something? Bernie's like, might as well be here. Can we say where he is right now?
We'll get to that in a bit.
Okay.
So Mike, who is Skilled Warman on Twitter, just sent me a link to a story saying that
Tom Cruise.
the plane stunt in that Mission Impossible trailer is real.
Fuck yeah! I told you guys. Tom Cruise is nuts. He'll do anything.
That is absolutely insanity.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, Tom Cruise totally fucking did that. I said that to like 3 people and they're like, nah, you're crazy.
Oh my God! There's looking like pictures of it. Of
Yeah?
like him on the side of a plane
I
with
mean,
like
I'm
the
sure
camera rig.
That
he
is
was
nuts.
strapped in and everything.
Yeah,
like
you can see
that.
the tether here.
Because like I don't think anybody can hold onto a plane while it's lifting off, but
But
still.
he can.
But still, it's like even with that, it's like if something goes wrong, you get hit in the head, you're just like a flopping piece of meat being slammed up against the side of a plane.
What would hit him in the head?
The plane.
Oh.
Yeah, let's see if I can get this this image up here.
Maybe like a bird or something. I don't know.
It's not quite working.
God. What a cool life.
No shit.
Did you ever see the video where Ben Stiller pretended to be Tom Cruise's stunt double?
No.
Like it was promoting the second Mission Impossible movie.
I'm
Shittiest
trying to
Mission
get it
Impossible
to work.
movies.
It doesn't.
Oh, you didn't like the second one?
No, it's terrible. We talked about this.
Okay.
Yeah. No, if he did that skyscraper climbing thing in Dubai, then I don't think the plane was that big of a deal to him.
Yeah, but I just picture like with the Dubai thing, there's a lot more safety. Like you can actually have rigs.
There
and-
he was on the top. No, sorry.
There, yeah,
audience,
we
we're
have
looking at
the
some of
photo
pictures
there.
for a moment.
That's really
Put it
cool.
up.
I guess at the end of the day, if that's how you die, that's not a bad way to go out.
How do you want to go out?
Never. Live forever.
You have to.
I will watch the sun just completely gobble the
Oh.
earth up.
Speaking of fighting death, I think someone misunderstood something I said on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you remember, I talked about that story where researchers were using diseases to fight cancer.
Yeah.
And they would inject people with like smallpox or HIV or whatever to kill the cancer. Someone on Twitter got really upset with me. I was like, what the fuck, Gus? Why would you tell that story? They gave that little girl AIDS just to stop her cancer? It was like, they're not giving them these diseases. The diseases are engineered to just fight the cancer and then go away.
Also, why are they annoyed at you for that?
I know. Like, well, can you imagine? Like, this is the research they're doing. Like, listen, we know you're sick. We're going to give you something else instead just to see what happens.
Or they're worried somebody listening to the podcast with cancer is going to go out and just get AIDS themselves. If you said so.
Oh no, Brandon.
No.
Just saying, maybe that's
I mean,
not concern.
as we talked about in the podcast, it's a very controlled scenario. There's a whole lot of work that goes into it. So I can't believe someone was that dumb
Not do it
about it.
yourself.
Hey, broski. Mind pass me a brewski?
You want beer?
Can we say where Bernie is? Is that okay? Bernie, can we say
Can
where
we?
you are? I'm
Yeah,
sure
tell us,
you
Bernie.
can text us.
Because I wanted to punch him through my screen when I saw where he was.
We'll see if he texts something about it. What else was there? Oh, has anybody else seen that HBO miniseries, The Jinx?
Saw you tweet about that. What is that?
So I had no idea this show was going on until like after last weekend was the finale. It was a 6-part documentary, and I didn't know anything about this until the finale aired, and everyone was tweeting about it because it was crazy. It's what are you doing, Blaine?
You know what I'm doing.
Pouring beer into
Was that a plastic
a
cup?
flask.
Look what's on my feet.
You have
We're gonna see if this
protein
works.
powder?
You got a protein beer?
Yeah,
Isn't protein in beer?
there is. I think. Hold on.
That's-
I think you could actually. There's enough.
You should have a cooking show where you just add protein to crap. It doesn't work.
That's a
Good
giant
Lord.
tub.
Yeah, it's running low.
It's almost empty. How long have you had that tub?
Couple months.
So how does that work? Like if you
It's
have
gonna be like Friday.
like a kilogram of that, does it add a kilogram to you of muscle? Like does that become you?
I don't know.
Like what's the ratio there? Like how much of that
I'm
goes
sure
to
you
waste?
shit most of it out, right? Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, you called this. This wasn't working.
it looks
really.
like it's like solidified. It's like
So it's
solid
12
water.
So 1 scoop per 8 ounces. So I'll do
So
a half.
1.5 scoops.
Oh
would be
god, it
12
looks
ounces.
gross. Look at the bottom; it's all green.
It's not
and-
dissolving it off. For people who are
It's
clearly
clumped.
listening,
And I'm gonna have to shake it up so it's gonna be all foamy.
Blaine is putting protein powder into a beer.
This is only gonna just go in support of people.
It's not dissolving. It's
one-trick pony.
bubbling maybe, and he's
I
not
don't
shake
think you
it.
should shake. I think you should
Tumble?
like roll it. Yeah, tumble it,
Tumble it.
because otherwise it will foam
Should've got
everywhere.
one of those little metal balls.
Oh yeah, there you go. I've never seen this done before.
Well, you're not gonna really see it because oh my god, that
Ooh.
Oh,
it's turning like a milky white.
what flavor is that of protein powder?
Chocolate.
So,
So
it's
it's
chocolate
chocolate.
and beer.
Chocolate beer. That's a thing. I drank one the other day. It's pretty good.
What if we're seeing the invention of like a multi-billion-dollar product?
I heard on NPR earlier that where was it? I want to say in Japan. Who was it? One of the breweries in Japan announced that they're going to start marketing and selling a health beer.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a non-alcoholic beer that they purport has health benefits.
They inject it with AIDS.
We didn't say it was good health benefits.
So wait, what's the point? I mean, if it's not alcoholic, it's just yeasty. It's just been yeasted.
I'll see if I can look it up.
It's gonna. I don't know why. I want to gag.
Oh,
What is that? It's
The beer,
mad.
the protein beer is fighting Blaine now.
Oh, here we go.
oh God.
Oh, that looks awful.
It's not bad. It actually tastes like a Coke float. You want to try?
No.
It tastes like a Coke float.
What's a Coke float?
Coke float? It's you take Coke and you put ice cream in it. It's nice and foamy and delicious. Yeah, do you want some?
No, I'm good.
Oh, come on. It's good.
I can't find the story. Fuck. I'll have
Gus,
to.
you want some?
Look it up. Absolutely not.
I'm always fascinated by like stuff that you put into yourself and it becomes. That's what I was most amazed about when I had a kitten and how my bag of cat food just turned into a bigger cat. Like I watched the bag of cat food go down. And I watched the cat get bigger from like one bag of cat food. I was like, it's amazing. It's a shame that you don't see it when you're fully grown.
I read something. Maybe you can back this up. I don't remember where I read this, but I was reading like facts about like exercising, and they said that when you work out, like if you're trying to drop weight, that the majority of your weight loss comes through when you exhale the carbon dioxide.
What?
Like I mean, I don't know that that's true necessarily, but it got me thinking. So when you work out and you lose weight, what's happening? Where is that going? Like, what's the inverse of the cat eating food and getting bigger? If you work out and get smaller, what happens to the extra you?
What, sweat? Do you sweat yourself out?
I don't know. Where does it go?
Well, I mean, you lose weight from like dust, right? Like your skin just falls off.
But like, let's say you're burning fat.
Yeah.
Like, does your
Yeah.
body just metabolize that fat and use it
Unless
for
your
energy?
fat gets pulled from your body into your turds and then you shit out.
I
the
feel like
fat.
a lot of it's liquid. You
Where's,
know, like
where's
like,
Sally?
like wrestlers will bundle up and they'll like sweat shit out. You know. So and you know like saunas and stuff like that. I really don't. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on this at all, but I think a lot of it might be, you know, getting it out through sweat. But
Yeah, because when you think about it, it's
actually
like
that doesn't make sense though.
if you work out, like actual physical exertion, like it takes a lot of work to burn calories. It's like you can work out, you know, you walk a couple of miles. It's like, oh, cool, you burned 20 calories.
Yeah, like you can't lose weight by eating whatever you want and then just going on a bicycle for like 20 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
It has to
Cap
be-
battle's like
What is the most efficient form of like casual exercise? It's like I heard swimming's really good, even though it's not.
Swimming's like full body.
Yeah,
so,
especially if you're a shitty swimmer. Like I have like intentionally not learned how to swim very well. I have no technique because that means I have to work a lot harder.
That's why
in
you
a shorter
intentionally
amount of
don't know how to
time.
swim.
I know how to
so you
swim.
fall off a cruise ship. You're
No.
like, this sucks, but at least I'm burning the fat.
I know how to swim, and I'm not gonna drown. But when you look at me, you're just like, is that guy having a seizure? Because it's
Just
a mix of like
splashing around.
doggy paddle and like slamming my arm down. But I tell you what, like 2 laps for me is like 20 laps for a person who's just really good at swimming.
I'm
So
not-
you know what else makes swimming a lot better of a workout? Floating 3 feet under the surface. So I have to struggle to
Have we
stay-
done a test? I know you guys talked
We
about it on the
should.
podcast.
Once they- once they
fat
open up-
floats, muscle sinks. So
What,
that's
I'm
good.
all muscle, baby.
Yeah, man.
Once they open up the pool across the street, we should absolutely go there and test this.
With the, like,
With Bernie face down, floating like a corpse, and me on my back, floating 3 feet under the water like a corpse.
I
And
sink
me floating
immediately.
between you, just
Normal.
thinking you're both idiots, and I'm just floating happily.
I don't float 3 feet underwater by choice. It's not like I'm stupid for it. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
I don't float.
Now I like the idea of you floating 3 feet underwater, being like, idiot.
Look at my eyes open, just like, here, I'm gonna read this. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is brought to you by. This is unrelated to the ad read. I heard a story about Casper on. I think it was on NPR. I think it was on Marketplace, talking about how this company's like they always talk about like disruptive technology and disruptive companies, how it's like super disruptive for the mattress industry, because the mattress industry's just like a big fucking sham. It's like some retailers will say they have an exclusive mattress, but it's just the same mattress with a different name.
Yeah.
Why would you want an exclusive mattress?
Yeah, they try to do that to get you in the store, and that there's all this overhead as a result of that, and that when you buy it from a Casper, it's just like direct to you, no showrooms, no middlemen, and how like they've really redefined the whole mattress buying experience.
Yeah, you're not paying for crap like that you don't need.
Right. You're not paying for fucking floor space.
Someone will come up to you and tell you this mattress feels good.
I was amazed at how expensive mattresses are.
It's insane.
It's like having never bought one until I was, I don't know, 25. I was like, you can finance a mattress. I didn't know that. Like
I'm
that
overdue for
much.
a mattress. I actually have the mattress that my sister used in college, which sometimes I think.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And they make
Sorry.
they make
sis.
you feel so bad because all of the like value mattresses are just like stuff like in these rows, and you have to go there and like pick it up while everyone else is looking at you buying the floor mattresses.
Yeah, great. So have it delivered to your house and
Yeah.
save $50 with Casper.
And
It's
I'd have
great.
to-
It comes in a box, and like it was really cool actually. When you cut it open, it's like vacuum sealed. So it comes in a box that's maybe like I got a queen size. It's like a little bigger than that table.
You're
And
shitting me.
Yeah, and it's like you cut it open, and it's like it's inhaling for the first time. It just like it expands. Like holy shit! Like the whole mattress was in there.
Does it fart?
That's one more person I don't have to interact with in my life.
Yeah, it's great. The fucking delivery man just left it on my front door. Sweet.
I appreciate products where it's fun to open them for the first time.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Meg got this love sack thing, and it came in a really tiny box, but it's meant to be like seats 3. And basically, you open it, and it's all squished in and like vacuum sealed, and you basically just beat the shit out of it until it's big.
Really?
Like it like comes apart, and it's like
Yeah, until you have to return something like that.
yeah.
You're like, how the hell?
Then it's like putting toothpaste back into the tube. It's like this just isn't gonna work.
Yeah. So Bernie said we can mention where he is. He's at the.
You have to say what the email said.
I'll let you. Oh. Do you have it?
No, I can remember it though.
What did the email say?
Basically, before podcast, Gus sends out an email on Sunday night, and he says, "Hey, do you guys want to be on the podcast?" And he'll send it to everybody that wants to be on. And I said I'll be on. Gavin said he'll be on, and then Bernie said, "I won't be able to make it because I'm at the Game of Thrones season 5 premiere." I didn't have to tell you that, but I just wanted to say that because it was cool or something like that.
It was a brag.
It was total brag, and I was just like,
Also, I didn't know there were premieres for a TV show. I've never heard of that before. Is
I don't know,
that
Game
a
of
common
Thrones-
thing?
Game of Thrones is big enough.
I think they've done it for
Yeah.
the past few seasons of Game of Thrones.
They're gonna start streaming it at IMAXs too.
I want
I
to
think they
go.
already did that, didn't they?
Did they do that last year?
No, like last month.
So they shoot it with IMAX
Well,
cameras?
it's not out yet though.
They showed the last 2
Right.
episodes, and then the
Right,
preview for season 5.
Well, I just know because like Austin, like the Moody Theater, the IMAX theater in Austin, just
Bob
made a big
Bullock
deal about
Theater.
it.
Bob
What'd I
Bullock,
say?
Moody.
That's not correct.
No,
It's
that
Bob
is not
Bullock.
correct. That's why I corrected you.
I was wrong.
I read an article today where the showrunners for Game of Thrones explicitly confirmed the show will now start spoiling stuff for the books.
Really?
Yeah, they said the show will definitely end before the books, and
So what's the point?
Oh, you
show-
mean stuff from books that haven't come out?
yes,
Oh.
the show will reach a point where it's going to start spoiling books.
Didn't they also say that they were going to start diverging from the book's past? So they're
Yeah,
gonna
they-
kind of
and-
pull a Walking Dead.
And they did say there would be some differences,
Yeah.
but that there is a lot of overlap.
Well,
of
there's
course.
there's overlap, but there's like characters that will live in the book and die in the show, which I think is like they need to set a precedence, like for that from the get go.
I think that's already happening.
It's
at this
happened
point.
once before. I know
really?
at least. Yeah.
I'm finally caught up. I'm so excited because I can actually participate.
You
in
read
the
every
conversation.
book?
No. I'm just
No, caught up
watching them.
for Blaine. I think
For
means
shows.
Yeah, watch all the TV shows.
I bought all. Fuck you guys. Have you guys all read them?
No.
No.
I
I read
have.
the first one.
So don't laugh at me. That was you.
It was really funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm caught up. I'm excited because I can start going to the Game of Thrones nights and know what the fuck's going on.
Cool.
Gus,
Tell
will you
him
be-
tell him I didn't say hi. But that starts April 12th. That's like 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks away.
Yeah, a little more than 2.5 weeks.
I can't believe it's April. Almost.
Holy shit.
What?
Yeah, that made me think about RTX.
Yeah,
I'm excited because RTX this year is August 7th to 9th. Buy your tickets now.
seriously.
So this is my first 4th of July in like 4 years. where I don't have to do something.
Oh, right.
Because I'm not organizing.
Are you just gonna stay home?
I'm gonna have the most freedom ever.
Part of me like wants to hang out and do like last time I had a 4th of July off. It was fucking great and went out with friends and went drinking and stuff like that. But I feel like obligated to go back to my family's house. So I don't really want to.
Is the 4th of July is not like a family holiday, is it?
It's not, but the Gibsons make it one. We had this big, staying up in Oklahoma and.
Do you like chest paint the American flag on yourself?
Fuck yeah. No, we do redneck shit and light stuff on fire. So it's fun, but it's not like I can't get drunk and without my dad being like.
Do you and your cousins ever throw firecrackers at one another?
Oh, we've had wars before. Yeah. I've proposed that we've had Roman candle fights for RT Life like several times because those are so much fun. I have a shirt that's just completely battle scarred. It's got holes all over it because I've just gotten blasted with Roman candles.
Didn't we try doing that?
No, we tried
It's like an RT Life that never came out.
We tried to do a sparkler fight.
Yeah, it didn't really work.
You put sparklers at the end of a fishing rod, and you wanted me to hit Kyle with it, and then it just didn't work out.
Yeah, we were trying to have
lit.
like a duel with fishing poles and like sparklers at the end of it.
The first swing,
it
would just
sounded
go
like a great idea.
Doesn't sound like a great idea.
It did not work.
Idea.
It did not work at all.
So I'm at some point I'm gonna get back to the Jinx, but I just saw Lauren drew something. I'm seeing if I can pull it up here.
What'd she draw?
She drew your quote, Blaine. Darth Vader was in The Lion King.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Thanks, Lauren. That's awesome.
So it's for people who are listening out there, it's if Darth Vader was a lion in The Lion King.
That's dope as hell.
So yeah, the Jinx. Like I said, I hadn't heard anything about it until the finale aired last weekend, and I really didn't. It didn't click with me. And then this past weekend on Saturday, I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this. It's only 6 episodes. They're like 45 minutes each. Like, I'm going to try it out. It's a 6-part documentary about Robert Durst, who is the heir to the Durst family's fortune. They own like a ton of skyscrapers in Manhattan. Like they have the exclusive leasing rights to One World Trade Center, and they own 10% of it.
Oh, wow.
He like I'll summarize. He kind of fell out of favor with the family, and they chose his younger brother to take over the business.
Fred Durst?
And so this guy, like, in 1982, his wife disappears mysteriously, and, the case never gets resolved. And then in 2000, he finds out that the case, or in 99, he finds out the case is going to be reopened, so he, like, goes to Galveston to try to hide out. In Galveston in 2000, he kills his next door, he's accused of killing his next-door neighbor, and then goes to trial, doesn't stick. And then, like, a year later, his best friend in L.A. mysteriously dies. And the rumor was that she was going to talk to the New York prosecutors.
So it's all based on a true story?
Yes, it's all true.
Jesus.
About his ex-wife's about his wife's disappearance. And the documentary just follows, like, each of these incidents and, like, this weird, crazy life that this guy has going on. That's him. It's really, really fascinating.
Do they have those like shit, like black and white actor things where it's like actors?
The reenactments.
Yeah.
No, there's no reenactments.
Thank God. Those are the worst
the
parts.
very beginning of the first episode actually has a very short reenactment, but it's like 30 seconds long.
Those are always make me laugh.
No, it's terrible. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't do those. It's really good. You should absolutely watch it if you get a chance.
How do I watch that?
It's on HBO, so if you got like HBO Go, you can watch it.
So it's not about the Pokemon. It's about something else.
That was a racist Pokemon.
Jinx? Oh, yeah.
It was a blackface Pokemon.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they changed it to purple.
Yeah.
It was all gray, though,
Still-
right? It was on a Nintendo? Like a...
I think, well, the
No,
TV,
in
the
the
TV show
cartoon.
was
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
pretty racial.
And the Pokemon cards,
Pokemon cards.
which I had a shit ton of.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. They still have them at my house in Dallas. They
How
were
many?
worth
How many?
nothing.
How many?
Oh, man. So many duplicates. I wouldn't even know. But
Counting duplicates.
I mean, I had a binder this thick, and they had 9 holders per, and I filled it, Like, it was...
I watched some significant fights at school over Pokemon cards. Like, people just beating
Like
each
fist
other.
fights?
Yeah.
My neighbor fucking stole what did he steal? I think a Machamp and the punching one.
Oh, there's
Is
Jinx.
that the Jinx?
But
Yeah.
I think that used to be black.
What?
Yeah, no, it used to be different. Anyways, I remember my mom going over and chewing this kid's ass. She's like, "You give my son back his Pokemon cards," and he's just like fucking crying, and his mom's like yelling at her. So
Yeah, one of my friends went over to another friend's house to like swap some stuff,
Mhm.
and he like knocked on the door. He's like, "Yeah, these are all my Pokemon cards. Let's see what we got." His mum just came over, took the binder, and was like we'll get back to you, and closed the door. And he was
What?
like, what? And then like that guy's dad went over, and they were like pounding on the door, and it was like it was a whole thing.
Pokemon fever went fucking nuts. I remember when I was a kid going to a Target in the toy section while my parents were like in the clothing section or something, and I was looking, and they had one left in stock. It was a Pikachu stuffed animal, and I started walking towards it, and a fucking grown woman runs in front of me and grabs it off the shelf before I could grab it. Like, she saw clearly that I was doing that, and I was like, I remember being like, I don't know, 8, and I was just like, what are you doing? So yeah, people went nuts for that stuff. It was like the Furby fights.
Yeah, I think those were around the same time that yo-yos came back after like 100 years.
Yo-yos came back.
Yeah,
yeah,
you don't
in a
remember that?
big way.
Everybody
I
had a
was an adult
yo-yo.
by then.
I remember the
No,
yo-yos.
but you must have seen them everywhere. Kids would just be hanging
No,
out
I
in the
didn't go
street
to the
with their
fucking toy
yo-yos.
store.
Well, it's because they put like those clutches in them, which meant that if you were crap at yo-yo, you were good. Because
Yeah,
it would
it
come
just
up
kept
on its
spinning,
own.
and then
Yeah,
it like
like-
had all these lights.
Man, I had a pink Duncan yo-yo. I still have that thing. That thing's awesome.
My brother had a bumble. It's called a bumblebee. Did you have hear of those yo-yos?
Is that one of the ones that like looked like a butterfly kind of thing?
It was just like a normal looking, but it was like £100. It was really expensive.
Yeah.
They got up there. It was like all in the little gears and stuff in the
I had
middle.
an X-Brain, and I did around the world, and it flew off.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Those around the worlds,
Did
man.
it disappear?
It did.
Man, you remember walking the dog?
Yeah,
I could
dude.
walk the dog
It's
day and
just
night.
amazing, like the guys who like brought that back.
By
And
the
they
way,
were
they-
like, "What about yo-yo? That's been around forever." Like, I don't know why they didn't try like the cup and ball.
We had a school assembly where like a professional yo-yoer, which is apparently a thing,
Yeah.
came and did her whole fucking, you know, and I remember my mom was a teacher, so I was like, can I get her autograph? I got the most worthless autograph ever.
Yeah, we had the same. Like some guy called like Johans or something. Yeah, Bumblebee.
Oh man, look at it go.
But I bet it was just
It's not
some
going,
dude.
it's a picture.
Some dude was looking at the list of like old toys and was just like, "Yeah, yo-yo, we'll do that again."
Yeah.
And
Next-
just like get all the
Next
money
year
again.
tops.
Yo-yo scheduled to come back in like 2043.
I would love it if we could bring back the ball and the cup. Thing.
Oh, ball and cup?
We should we should make those and give those away.
Like
as
Rooster
the
Teeth
bag insert at
ball
RTX.
in the
Bag
cup.
insert at RTX.
It's funny whenever you guys are trying to come up with what we're gonna give away for RTX, because anything noise related, Gus is like, fucking shut it down, you know? Because remember last South by Southwest, they gave out like whistles. I don't even think they were just.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't
you know
if
what we
they're
should
rape
give
whistles
away?
or what, but they
Do you ever have those tube things with like a weight in one end? And you turn it up something like, it was like
that is perfect.
Yeah, we should just give those away.
That was accurate.
Do you ever have those?
No. People have suggested like vuvuzuelas or like the sticks that you like pound
Vuvuzelas.
together and make noise.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the podcast panel?
No, not happening.
By the way,
And
I
we know now everyone's gonna bring one.
I always assume that these conversations are so boring for anyone who didn't like get in that yo-yo phase, which I imagine the window is like what, maybe 5 years
Yeah.
if you were in those years of school. So I apologize if it's just like really.
Nah, fuck 'em.
every-
I don't apologize.
I'm sure everybody can appreciate how stupid it is.
Yeah.
Did you ever have go-go's?
Go-go's.
Tell me.
Like line them all up and you like ping them and you try and hit another line of them on the other side.
Oh, is that like the
Were they Go-Go's?
Newton's cradle?
No, this kind of was like that.
Yeah. That's basically what you described, though, right?
Totally different. This one has yo-yos.
Remember Beyblades or whatever, or whatever they were called, where you fucking rip
You make 'em fight?
something. You just rip those things up and they like spin around. Those are
Oh, I had
fantastic.
one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Did you have Pogs?
Fuck
Oh,
yeah,
everybody had
Pogs.
Pogs.
Oh man,
What did you back in the past? What did you have?
Did you know that
I had a Pog
Rocks,
maker, by
rocks
the way.
and
did you know that Yvonne worked at Pogs?
No.
yeah.
You should get her autograph.
Siobhan.
She was like the CFO of Pogs.
What?
Yeah, y'all didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
Did she
Why
just
did
have
she
like?
leave?
Pogs went away.
I want to
Like,
go to
she said-
Yvonne's
she said
house.
that literally just like one day it was like, Pogs were amazing. And the next day it was like, oh yeah, nobody's buying them now.
I bet if we go to Yvonne's house, she's just got like a room that's just like the entire wall is just Pogs. That'd be pretty sick. Pogs are
Wouldn't it really be sick?
that'd be really
Would you
cool.
go in
What
there?
did we have when I was a kid? We had it's probably the same shit. It all comes back around.
You have like
Yeah.
brick.
He-Man,
He-Man.
G.I. Joe, Transformers,
They're just
or
action figures.
GoBots. Yeah.
Shit, yeah, all that stuff got recycled. Because I remember He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I fucking loved that as a kid.
I sat in when I was at DICE. I sat in on a talk that was given by a guy who used to work at Mattel, and he was the guy who came up with the idea of making the cartoon to sell the toy. Like He-Man was his idea.
Whoa.
He was like, yeah, and he was like, we want to make this toy. He had worked a lot in Barbie. He worked in Barbie for decades. He's like, we want to make a doll we can sell to boys, but we're going to make a cartoon first
To make it cool.
to make them like it, and then it'll just be a commercial for the toy.
That's interesting.
And it worked.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
that was like his idea. They hadn't done that.
And that was
always
a model
interesting-
for like all kids like programming for the next
G.I.
since
Joe,
now.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Do you have Thunderbirds?
Oh yeah, Thunderbirds are go.
Yeah.
Wasn't they combined,
Well, everything combines.
right?
Yeah, you got to buy them all. You're an idiot if you don't.
Thunderbirds were just
What are you,
5
poor?
different vehicles.
And then don't they combine into like a mech? No.
You know, Voltron maybe.
I'm thinking of Voltron and Power Rangers. I
mean,
guess. I don't think I did Thunderbird.
I think Thunderbird 4 was inside of Thunderbird 2, but that's about it.
Okay. No, I don't think I did Thunderbird.
It was like the marionette program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I remember
was like
watching that.
the
It was like from
original-
the '60s, wasn't it?
God, we're getting all nostalgic.
Yeah, but I thought it was an American show, but it's not. It's a British
No,
show.
it's a British show.
But everyone in it is American. I
You
think.
can't tell by the terrible American accents.
No, I only watched it as a kid. Unless they were doing that weird sort of transatlantic accent that kind of is right in the middle.
What does that sound like? Give us your best transit.
I don't know. I can't do it.
Someone I love when people are idiots on Twitter. Someone tweeted me, it was like, "Hey, aren't you going to talk about how in the Jinx like blah blah blah?" It's like, yeah, well, what you're talking about is like the culmination of watching the whole thing. No, I'm not going to spoil it
Yeah.
for everyone.
Let me talk
watching
about
right now.
Jinx. Act 1. Interior.
I had a bad experience at South by. I went and saw a lot of movies, and I got into Ex Machina, and apparently it was the first of 2 screenings in North America were shown at South by Southwest. I got into the second one. Really, really fucking good movie, and I wanted to see it because Domhnall Gleeson and Oscar Isaac were in it. They're gonna be in Star Wars. Anyways, saw it. Saw a Rooster Teeth fan out there, and he said hey to me and Aaron and Chris. And I saw him later at another screening, and I was a little drunk, and we were in line waiting for this movie. And he's like, "Oh, hey, Blaine." I was like, "Oh, dude, how do you like Ex Machina?" And started talking about Ex Machina. Yeah. And then I was like, "Oh man!" And I just completely unaware of my social surrounding. I was like, "Remember at the end when blah 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 blah?" And I said the ending and I made a joke about it, and it was just like immediately. 12 people in line were like, "Fuck!" And I was looking around. I was like drunk. I was like, "What's going on?" And then the guy like looked me in the eye and he's like, "You just ruined the ending to Ex Machina." And I was like. And I just turned around. I didn't say anything to anyone else after that. It was terrible.
Fuck your apologies, Blaine Gibson.
I felt really bad, but I didn't want to say sorry.
That happened to me with Sixth Sense. I was going to see it, and then some guys walking out were like, "I can't believe Bruce Willis is dead." Spoiler.
Oh man, I would have tackled that guy. Just be like, oh,
So you would have tackled yourself. Oh, Blaine, your shirt's falling
Jesus.
off.
Blaine.
that was bad.
Never happened to anybody on the podcast before.
Yeah, I was that dickhead though in line. Man, I felt really terrible.
The only thing I saw was it was Furious 7
You son of a bitch.
Where'd they
That's
show that?
so
They
cool.
They showed that at the Ritz?
at the Paramount.
Oh, wow.
It was cool.
You good?
How was it watching a movie there? Like, it seems like a weird movie venue to me.
It's pretty nice.
I
Yeah,
watched the Veronica Mars movie there too,
Oh,
with like
okay.
all the cast. It's like it's fine.
I saw this
Yeah.
movie called The Invitation, which is crazy. I don't want to get too in depth about the movies because no one gives a shit. But yeah. Other than that, how did your South by go?
We give a shit, Blaine.
Yeah, okay.
I thought South by went really well. I was pretty busy, like the first weekend, with panels and networking and stuff. But after that, it was a lot better. After that, I got to see one of the tapings for the Jimmy Kimmel Show, which was pretty cool.
I got to go.
Oh, that's awesome.
I saw the one. I wanted to go to the one where Kanye was going to be, but then he canceled and he didn't go.
That's douche move.
So it's your loss, Kanye. I was going to take my picture that I'd autographed to myself, and I was going to see if I could meet him and have him autograph the picture of me.
I had fun hanging out with you and Dan because he was talking to some woman that he
Dan
was into,
yeah.
and he was
That's like
talking to her- he was talking to her for like half an hour, and then I was talking to you, Blaine, in the corner, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, it's going pretty well over there with Dan," and Blaine, you were like, "Look at her hand," and she had an engagement ring on or some sort of wedding ring. I was like, "Oh, I guess he hasn't noticed." And then you like, did you tell Dan?
Well, I walked up to him and I was like, "Oh, hey guys!" Leaned over to Dan, engagement ring. So, do you guys want another drink? And then Dan was
so
just like,
bummed.
looked at it. Yeah, he was pretty bummed. And then I didn't see him talk to her the rest of the night.
And I didn't think to look, and Dan was like, "You look at that kind of stuff?" But I guess I've just never been good at being single. Like I wouldn't even think to look at a woman's
I'm a
hand.
pro.
Yeah, you like just like walked in, analyze the area. And
You're
we're
like, hey,
no,
baby,
no,
swipe
yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah.
Was her hand just like hanging there, or was she trying to make it very clear to him? She was just like putting her hand like on her
No,
chin.
she was
like,
just kind of,
trying to,
you know, I'm sure she was just talking, you know, whatever, being friends.
Being friendly.
But she, you know, have it on the drink, and I was just like, that's the first thing I look at, which I'm terrible for. But I mean, you guys are even like, you know, just testing me, and there's like a girl across the room. You're like, hey, how about her? And I was like, she's got a boyfriend. Like, I never talked to her, and you guys were like blown away.
You could probably do that much faster than most people. Just like scan a party with your eyes and be like,
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Maybe that's your
perceptive.
biggest talent.
That's a very unfortunate talent.
Why?
Because I'm fucking single, and I'm just like,
Yeah, but it saves you time. It makes you more efficient.
Yeah, Dan wasted about 45 minutes there.
Yeah, I don't know.
You wasted 45 minutes of sobriety.
And there's a common language people have. Like when a girl wants to tell a guy, hey, I have a boyfriend, stop talking to me. I don't want you to flirt with me anymore. She just says, oh, my boyfriend loves that too.
Yeah.
Or my boyfriend
That reminds me of the time
and then
my
it's like,
boyfriend this.
you hear that and you're like, thank you.
There's cue.
I'm gonna go.
There's like
but I
cues.
appreciate it.
Like I remember, it's actually the ex-girlfriend that had the boyfriend that had the penis enlargement. She was a
Reduction.
yes, penis reduction. Which apparently, I got a bunch of articles from people. They were saying that it was bullshit because they had this kid who had a football-sized dick, and he apparently had the first penis reduction surgery. In
Maybe
the
that
world.
was him.
No, it wasn't.
It was in the shape of a football.
I mean, it was apparently the first penis reduction surgery.
I'm
Maybe
pretty
they're
sure
talking
that's
like
not true.
cheese grater, like shaving down her potato peeler.
I don't know what it was, but I actually kind of going off subject, and this is going to make me look even worse than I already look. But I texted her not too long ago, and I was like, hey, remember when you told me about your boyfriend's penis reduction surgery? I saw this article that says he was the first one. I was just curious. And I waited, and I got a response. She was like, what the fuck? Yesterday was like, my birthday was last week. You didn't say anything, and now you're asking about my ex-boyfriend's penis. And I was like, fair enough. Happy birthday. I'm very sorry.
So you never got an answer?
Oh,
No,
they'd be
I never got an answer.
Oh, what a bitch.
I thought you
Yeah.
were like, oh, but seriously,
I mean, I kind of wanted
Or,
to, but I didn't want
well-
to press.
can I get his number?
Also, I don't think I'm that bad for not remembering my ex-girlfriend's birthday. That's
Yeah, what
just-
do you expect?
That's not a thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I crazy? Twitter will let
Twitter,
me know.
let us know. Hashtag
That's
RT
okay.
Podcast.
No, that's the day that just disappears once you're done.
But anyways, when you go...
Yeah, what's your obligation there? Like, what does she want? She wants you to show up and fucking take her to dinner?
I don't know.
Buy her a present?
Well, she probably doesn't want me texting her about her ex-boyfriend's penis.
it was, you didn't do that on her birthday.
True.
You should have said, yeah, I know. That's why I waited to ask you the question today, bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she'd find something to say no matter when you asked her.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you know, Memorial Day was yesterday, and you're asking me about this now.
My period was 2 days ago. And you asked me that.
Well, I texted her because, you know, it was South by, and I was like, hey, are you in town? You know, like, let's hang out. And she's like,
Why do you want to hang out with an ex?
I don't know. I typically am on good terms with my exes. I think that if you spend that much time with somebody and you make that connection, it's just a waste to like just let it go. So I try to stay friends with my exes, and not like friends with benefits, but just friends. But I texted her and I was like, "Hey, you in town? Let's hang out." And she was like, "Is Rooster Teeth doing anything? Can you get me in any parties?" Like just very blatant. Like I'm just going to use you. And I was like, "Eh." And I didn't respond. So, yeah. But anyways, when you go to parties, there's cue questions that you ask. For instance, if it's a foreign girl, you say, hey, what do you miss most about your country? If they're single, they're going to say whatever. If they're dating someone, they'll be, oh, my boyfriend. So Dan needs to learn those.
Interesting.
If she
You
comes,
should coach people.
Why? None of
I'm
his
the
advices worked for him.
I can't even get myself
Yeah,
a
but that's
girlfriend.
because you're really fussy.
It's true. I'm pretty fussy.
But you have a lot of success.
He finished it.
It wasn't bad.
That is how.
I mean, at the end, it didn't taste too great, but yeah.
if that girl
protein
comes
break.
to a Rooster Teeth party, could I ask her about her ex-boyfriend's penis?
Who, my ex? Yeah, no, fucking go for it. But
That's
she's
fair.
she's not going to be at a party. She lives in Dallas. I'll invite her just so you can talk to her about her ex-boyfriend's penis.
I'm actually going to talk to her about why you're obsessed with her ex-boyfriend's penis.
I just think it's a funny story.
There you know.
It's just like, you know,
Let's invite her to be on the podcast.
man, should give you an earload, that's for sure. Yeah. So anyways,
Let's invite her on her birthday.
a
the
week
week after.
I felt like this year's South by lasted a long time. I don't know if I'm just crazy.
How long is
or
South
what.
by?
It's basically a week and a half. It starts on one Friday and then ends the next Monday.
Right.
So I just felt like it went on forever this year for some reason. I don't know.
I can see that. I mean, it's interesting though because everything was scaled down this year.
Think
Like
so?
they denied like so many more permits. There was less parties. Just they were trying to like keep it low key, especially music.
I don't think I had to wait in line like once though. That badge was pretty great, and I just kept getting lucky. I don't want to ruin the story, but Barbara and Aaron need to tell that story of what happened to them.
Oh, I'll tell it because
It's a pretty funny story.
we actually meant to talk about this last week, but we got so off track talking science with Sally that we never got back around to telling this story. So we were at a party that was thrown in the venue where we were doing all of our stuff downtown. It was a movie premiere party, and it was like a very limited invite list. You know, very few people could get in, and then above that there was like another level of access where if you had a special colored wristband, you could get up to the roof, where it was like a super exclusive for some reason. I don't know why. So I had the special colored wristband, so I could go up. Then Barbara and Aaron had the normal colored wristband, so they couldn't get up onto the roof. But there was a line they waited in, and they waited in this line forever. And then finally they got up to the roof. But as soon as they got there, the guy who was at the roof saw that they had the normal color wristband. He's like, "No, you got to wait over here." And they had like sectioned off, corded off a little area, like a little holding pen for the people with the normal wristbands, and they just had to stand in the corner.
As Aaron explained, he was like a 4x10, like, yeah.
So was that like waiting area to get into the main bit, or
No,
was that the only
that's where
place?
they could go, right?
Why would
And
anyone wait in line for
there
that?
was, if they needed to go to the bathroom or if they wanted to get another drink, they'd have to go downstairs and they'd lose their spot. They'd have to wait in line again to get back up there.
How many people were in the space? Was it just
Apparently it wasn't full.
No.
There was just like the celebs were hanging out.
were they allowed to talk to you?
Yeah, like at first, I didn't realize what they were saying. They're like, "No, look up. We are up here." And I saw it. I was like, "Oh shit!" So we just like went over, and we tried to convince people to, let them out or get rid of it, but they're like, "Nope, nope."
I would have
So we were
started
like-
trying to make it like a better party, like hire a different DJ for like that bit.
It's like we were basically at our own party, and we couldn't we had people trapped in this one little area.
I had just gotten out of a Flaming Lakes concert and I tried to get in, and like everybody I texted, like everybody's like, "You're not getting in." And
Yeah,
I
it
just
was
like,
it was crazy, and I didn't see. I mean, I saw your text at the time, but I was, I guess, really drunk because it didn't click till the next morning.
no worries.
I'm not good at waiting in line. Like, I waited because my name was on the list, but even still, there was like I had to wait. I would wait like 5 minutes and left, but
Yeah,
I
do
assume-
lines.
You and Dan kept trying to get to the same rooftop.
Oh, on the night of the other one.
Yeah, and you kept on making me do the footwork. We got up there though.
Yeah, we did.
Anthony, I remember the bouncer.
Yeah.
We
I
talked.
got
some sense into him.
recognized with Dan by a bouncer for the very first time. I've always wanted it to happen because it's like
Yeah.
they might let you in
Yeah.
early ahead of everyone.
And?
He recognized us on the way out of the last night that we were there, and I was like, I could have done with this like 3 days earlier. This
Yeah.
is ideal because he like wanted a picture with us and was really excited. I was like, it was awesome, but
Useless.
no, I'm never
Yeah.
gonna see him.
Next time, recognize us earlier, asshole.
No,
I'm gonna
no, I mean-
fucking
Here's your
prick.
fucking picture. Fuck, God.
Yeah. So when Aaron and Barbara were stuck behind the rope, I kept having to go to the bar for them. I was like, "Do y'all need anything?"
They said that at first when they saw you, you and Esther just started laughing. They're like, commoners.
It was so funny. They were off to the side.
Did you take a picture?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I did run into Mark Cuban and Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel Show there, and I took a picture with each of them. It always feel weird going up to people.
you took a picture with Mark Cuban.
Yeah, I think that's probably the richest dude I've taken a picture with.
He's a billionaire. Right?
Yeah,
Who's your biggest like celebrity picture that you've taken with? Like somebody, I tried to get a picture with Jason Statham. That did not
took a
happen.
picture of myself in the mirror once. Does that count?
Yeah.
Why didn't it work with Jason Statham?
Oh, we didn't. He was just kind of around for a press thing that we were helping on, and I didn't want to. I was crewing for something, so I wanted to keep it professional, and I was going to wait until after the interview and all that stuff. But he was just kind of lounging around, and I was like, "Oh, should I? Should I?" Because I fucking love Jason Statham. I really wanted to go up and be like, "Hey, could you say I now pronounce you man and knife?" Because that's like the best line ever. But by the time I like actually got the courage to go walk up to him, he just walked off, and I was like, "All right, bye, Jim."
Maybe.
One day.
Maybe.
I'm not good. Yeah, I'm bad at that too. I once met Robert Vaughn. Do you know who that is?
No.
No.
He's like an American actor. He's been in tons of stuff, but
I
he
bet
was
I'd
also
recognize him.
what?
I bet I'd recognize him if he
You
saw him.
probably would. He's been in like really classic movies.
Yeah.
But he was also in Basketball. And Basketball's one of my favorite movies. And I was like, I loved you in basketball. And you could tell he was really offended of all of his work. I complimented his work in basketball. I was like, shouldn't have said it.
I don't get starstruck. It's more of just like, is this appropriate? And like, I just don't want them to look down on me, I guess. It's like,
Yeah, because they'll think about you later, like, oh, remember that loser?
well, no, I just don't.
He's the only one who's ever approached me.
I don't want to be rude or I don't know.
Do you ever get annoyed when people approach you?
Not at all. I
Yeah.
think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But Jason Statham is Jason Statham, so he's probably like, fucking another one. You know, what's the job?
So if you're ever
What did you say? No, I pronounce you man meets man and knife.
Now I pronounce you man and knife.
There
And he
you go.
stabs people and throws knives. And I was like, I was in the theater, Expendables 2, just like, ah! Just lose my shit.
You should go to London and be a Cockney and see if you fit in.
See, it would be a what?
Be a Cockney.
Like, what's that?
Someone from London.
I watched
Statham.
Snatch, so I kind of feel a little bit more informed on that culture. Am I a good bloke?
There you go.
Yeah.
My old boss works on Snatch. He did the slow-mo on it.
Yeah? It's a pretty good movie.
And Lock, Stock.
This was before you had a hand with him.
Yeah.
Those are old movies now. That's crazy. I think Snatch was the first movie that Brad Pitt did after Fight Club.
Oh, really?
And I always heard stories that since he played like another like bare knuckles brawler fighter type, that none of the extras wanted to actually get in fights with him.
Oh, really?
Because after Fight Club, I guess he had that really tough persona.
Yeah.
And everyone was scared of him apparently.
Apparently. Oh, sorry.
he just wanted a role where he could take his shirt off again, because he was like in shape so much with Fight Club. It's like you want to get the most out of
Dude,
that. You're like,
Thelma
I'm only
and
gonna.
Louise, he was fucking ripped. Brad Pitt.
Was he?
Yeah, Thelma and Louise. He's
Didn't
cut.
see that one.
Yeah. Apparently, like Daniel Day-Lewis, when he was training for a boxing movie, he could have been like professional. Those guys get like pretty crazy into their
Do you ever
roles.
see any of those like gifs or old movies of Mike Tyson in his prime
Like doing what? Just
hitting people and
Yeah.
destroying
People's ears.
them?
I watched a clip of him
He was
like
just a brawler.
punching a kid on a
What?
on a chat show. He's like scuffling with a kid, and the kid's like punching him in the face.
And he punched the kid?
Yeah, he's like slapping
Mike
him and
Tyson.
stuff.
Oh.
I'm gonna fuck you. I'm Mike Tyson. With a little lisp.
You would never do that if he was here.
No. You're like, I like birds. That's his thing.
He
Birds.
seems like he has a sense of humor.
Now,
Tyson?
Yeah.
back then, I don't think he did.
probably
Man,
Ty-
some of those hits are so fucking brutal. Like,
Yeah.
I'll watch some of the old highlight reels of him boxing. Like, if one of those hit me, I would die. There is no way I would survive one Mike Tyson
Do you
punch.
see like the slow motion? I mean, you guys did this with like slow mo guys, but just like the rippling of the face, and it's just like their face just shifts. It's terrifying.
They used to call boxing like the sweet science, you know, because there's strategy behind it and like how you would move. He just went at people and just punched and punched and punched.
There's a lot of science in punching. Like
No,
you can trace a punch from like the back of someone's back foot all the way up their body into their arm as it swings.
Oh, you
Like
like
a
the
punch.
energy
Ugh.
flow.
I agree.
I would die.
He just like all he did was just go at people, like ran at people and punched.
But it's also like you have to like be strategic about like you don't want to project, you know.
The crazy
I'm saying that's normal. He just went after people and just destroyed them. He
The crazy
didn't
thing,
have
though,
like,
is, like-
it's not like he had great technique.
Oh, he was fast though.
he
was
had like
really
machine
fast.
gun arms.
Yeah.
But the brain is so much smaller than the gap for the brain in the skull.
Oh, so
That like having a little camera in the skull, watching the brain like rattle around during that would be awful.
It'd be
It's
like a-
it must be so bad for you.
It would be like in Star Trek when like the ship's getting hit and everyone's like, oh,
Yeah, the brain's like
our shields are down. We can't take another one like that. Yeah, but I always get fascinated when I see. I'm not a boxing fan. I really don't watch boxing. Whenever I see like old
Watch
videos
boxing
of
movies. His best
Mike
movies.
Tyson or like Muhammad Ali was like
Yeah.
the other crazy one. Just like watching how fast he was and how he could just dodge punches seemingly at will. Like I can't imagine having reflexes that quick.
Yeah.
yeah. Then there's that clip of Tyson where all he's doing is just dodging.
Yeah.
and some guy's like flailing. He's just like it's like he can actually see slower than
So it's
other
like the
humans.
Matrix. When
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
better, like
They could just like trail him, and it'd be like just like Agent Smith, where he's like.
I was reading up on Matrix the other day, and that Trinity, they like trained her to do the scorpion kick, where she basically just like leans forward and her leg goes like
Yeah.
fucking over. Like that's crazy.
She broke her leg in one of those movies. I'm
I
pretty
think there's
sure.
footage of that. She like snapped her ankle when she was
Yeah.
kicking stuff.
Just nuts.
I thought. Are you sure? I thought I know
Or
Michelle.
Lawrence Fishburne.
I thought
One of
Michelle
them.
Yeoh did in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I'm pretty sure either she or Lawrence Fishburne broke something while they were shooting it.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised that that movie was so crazy physically demanding.
Sorry, I just thought about. I had a mental image of Harrison Ford just standing by the Millennium Falcon. The door just like, boom. He's like, motherfuck.
Is that what happened to him?
Apparently, the Millennium Falcon door landed on his foot.
Imagine the prop guy or like the art department that built it. It's like, I can't believe I got to work on this. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that guy's so fired.
So it wasn't supposed to open? Like it just fell open?
I don't know. The rumor on the internet is it just like came open and just landed on his foot.
Guys had bad luck.
Yeah.
Some could argue he's had really good luck.
Oh, because he survived a plane crash.
Because he's Harrison Ford.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think both are pretty good.
yeah, it's a good one.
It's funny, like, well, I mean, it's not funny, but I saw, after he had the plane crash, I saw like some of the aerial footage of where his plane went down in the golf course and how fucking close it was to the airport. I don't know if you've seen it for comparison.
Is that where he was heading? He was trying to get back to
the
it?
airport. He was probably a block away.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like, oh my God, you were right there. You almost had it.
You know how like that guy was on the guy that landed in the river? He was like, we'll be in the Hudson.
Yeah.
You think he's like, we'll be on hole 9 or something like that?
I'm going to bring the beer cart around.
I've been watching plane crashes. I'm fascinated by just like the footage that people have caught. Like ever since that one came right down across the bridge and like clipped that taxi. I then watched the one of the cargo, like the FedEx plane that stalls because all the cargo slipped backwards.
Yeah.
And you just see it like just trying to fight gravity. It's like doing its best, and it's like really trying it. And then he nosedives it to try and like pull up at the last minute.
Yeah.
Just doesn't quite make it, and it's just like, and it's all captured. Have you seen it?
No.
It's captured perfectly through like a dash cam.
Yeah.
You just see it like hovering in the air, but it's not go. That's the scariest thing. It's so big. It's just not going anywhere. It's just like this.
That's terrifying. So it's just like,
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So who's
Because
filming
apparently-
these?
Well, there was a dash cam, the one I saw, but apparently, like, there was a ton of cargo, and as it took off,
Shit.
it wasn't like tied
Secure.
properly, so it all went backwards, which made it back heavy, and it just couldn't. It just stalled it, and it just went straight down.
We just saw a Google Earth image up here. I hope they updated it whenever that plane crashed. So
Yeah,
in,
by the
like,
way,
a
I
couple
think
months.
I correct me if I'm wrong, control room. I think that the Google Maps indicator on it was just for the golf course. That wasn't where the plane went down.
Oh,
The
okay.
plane went down on the very end of it, like
Oh,
really
wow.
close to the airport.
Harrison Ford's flying in 4. Not
Too
funny.
soon, dude. God,
He's alive.
have some respect.
Oh, whatever.
Fucking shithole over here. Here, let me read this other thing. I want to remind everyone this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by, even if you don't know how to make a website, it's super easy, way easier than it used to be when I was a young kid and I had to walk uphill both ways.
Walk uphill both ways
Yeah, it's like being a crotchety old man about how hard it used to be to make websites.
Oh, yeah.
See what I mean?
with your GI Joes.
My G.I. Joes and my crossbows and catapults. God, I mean, it's funny like how different all that shit is. Like I think back also about like the Atari 2600. I had one when I was a kid, and the standard that console used to connect to televisions doesn't even exist anymore.
How did it
Yeah,
connect?
the coaxial.
Well,
Oh, no.
no, it had two little like prongs that came out from it that you would attach where your antenna would go.
Yeah, you'd like hook them on or something.
Right.
And like,
They look like almost like little
in?
battery terminals,
Yeah.
and you would screw them on. So it's like it wasn't even like I think it came composite out from the console, and then like you had to put that converter box on, and you had to like have that slider to switch it
Yeah.
from TV to computer for some reason.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is a newer one. This is an updated version. But,
That's 2.0.
yeah, this one has coax on it. The original one did not have coax on it.
Yeah, I had a thing for my Super Nintendo. It was the same. Like you'd switch it between like aerial and the other one. But we also had a different standard. Like Europe used SCART, the big fat like block connector, but supposedly they weren't over here.
No,
They were really fat and like rectangle, but one edge was curved like that. Or,
Why
like,
did they do
diagonal.
that?
I don't know.
Did your
It's so
parents
fucking
ever
stupid.
make you hold the antenna to get the connection?
No.
No.
What's crazy to me about stuff back then is how big the gap. Like you were talking about stuff like becoming more global and happening, I guess, more at the same time. How far apart game releases were. Like Super Mario Brothers, the game, came out in like 1983 in Japan. It didn't come out in Europe until 1987.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was America in 1985. Like, imagine each region being 2 years apart. Imagine if that happened with the iPhone. Like, imagine if right now Japan already had the iPhone 6 and we were just getting the second iPhone, the iPhone 3G or whatever it was.
That was
It'd
happening.
be unheard of now.
That was happening though, still in like the PlayStation era too, right? The PS1
I think it
and
stopped.
then the N64. Like
It stopped
You'd
pretty
still see
recently,
yours?
like within the last decade. Everything's like now it's like UK, US is always
So-
pretty much on the same day or maybe one day apart.
I
Super
remember
Mario
consoles
Brothers
were-
came out. Super Mario Brothers came out in Japan in '85,
85.
and then North America and Europe in '87. The
Oh, okay.
original Mario Brothers came out in '83.
That was what it was.
Yeah.
But even still, that's a giant gap.
Yeah, what took so long?
Yeah. Like, what are they
What
doing?
the fuck?
Surely one dude could have just been like, make it American, go.
It's also
Like,
crazy.
how
to
much
think,
text is in it?
like if I don't know what's a good game. Arkham City just now came out in another region. Like how I mean, it's not a bad game now, but by today's standards, technology's moving at such a fast rate. Like, were they just going really slow? Because when it came over to America, it was still like a big fucking hit.
well, nobody
you know?
knew about it. I mean, I remember subscribing to, I don't know, maybe it was EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe another magazine, but that's how you got like
Game
most of your news. Like that was like all the stuff that's coming out. So
Nintendo Power.
you could release a game in Japan, but no one would know about it unless they came to Japan. Whereas now it'd be all over the internet.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
It
can't
must have
afford
been the
not to do
internet that's provoked all this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I remember being at school and Halo 2 came out. I think it came out 2 days earlier in the US than it did in the UK. And I just watched everyone on my... Or maybe it was Halo 3. I just watched everyone on my friends list in Halo 2, and I was just sat in Halo 1, just like...
Well, let me tell you, sometimes it works out in your favor, because we were talking about The Matrix earlier, and when The Matrix, what's the second one, Reloaded,
Yeah.
came out, I was living in Puerto Rico at the time, and for some reason, Matrix 2 came out in Puerto Rico a week later than it did in the U.S., so I told Bernie and Jeff and everyone I knew in the U.S., I was like, listen, don't tell me anything about Matrix 2. I'm going to watch it opening day, but I'm going to be a week behind you. And I remember getting really excited going to the theater and then being like 45 minutes in and like looking at my watch and being like, oh shit. They didn't tell me it was bad. Like, they didn't tell me anything, but I didn't know it was bad as a result.
There's some good scenes in that movie.
They did. They had the
I
highway
like
thing
it.
in
I
that,
thought
right?
it was great.
It just takes forever to do anything. Like, there's that whole bit on Earth in the last city, and it's just like there's a dance party.
No, the
Oh
orgy.
yeah, the orgy. Yeah.
Some of that stuff was just so weird looking. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, it didn't fit the aesthetic. There's that whole, there's the second one that has the scene with the Merovingian and the cherry pie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and like the orgasm or
No,
something?
it's all great. Movie's
No,
great.
no.
Movie's fantastic.
No.
Third movie's great except for what happens in Zion. All that stuff's pretty lame. Everything else.
I would like to go back and watch him. We
I
should
was-
have a night
yeah.
where we all just watch all three.
I was gonna buy them on Amazon Prime last night, but I didn't because.
Hey, you want to watch them together?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll drink beer.
I ended up watching a lot of Robert Redford movies.
Can you tell me about it later?
You not want to come? I have a
Am I
cinema
invited?
room.
Watch
have a
the Jinx
projector.
before you watch that.
We should do that though. I fucking love The Matrix.
I do have a projector. We could watch it.
Bro night, bro date. It's gonna be good.
Get drunk.
Let's get Dan back here. I like Dan.
I like
He's
Dan
a
too.
Good guy.
Yeah,
He
he's
ma-
very enjoyable.
He missed his flight.
Did he?
He's missed 2 planes. They've both been from Austin. He must have
Austin's
missed more
the
flights,
easiest
though.
airport in the world. to
Well,
get
it's like
through.
there's no international flights really. Well, there is, but you can arrive like half an hour before the flight.
Right.
The first
There's
time
only
he
one terminal. I guess
yeah
you're saying.
the first time he missed the flight, he was like half an hour late. Just barely missed it, I guess. Well, not barely, but yesterday's flight, he got to the airport at 5 p.m. His flight was at 2.
Oh my god.
What is he doing?
How did he fuck it up that bad? Why go to the airport? Did he really think his flight was later?
He thought it was a.
Well, didn't he like go missing after a party?
He did. We lost him at the Rooster Teeth party.
Oh my god.
And that's another thing that I learned about Uber is that they do. It's like tons of people are requesting Ubers at the same time. They just charge more. That's how
Yeah.
they like.
Yeah, it's
time.
$100 to get somewhere.
Yeah, and his Uber from it was probably 10 miles away, but it was ×4 surcharge, so everything was quadrupled, and it was $100 for him to get
Dude,
home. That
the
morning.
other-
because imagine everyone on Saturday morning is using Uber to get home, like doing their little walk of shame.
Yeah.
The other day, when I went to go see the Kimmel taping,
Yeah.
I went down there with my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and it's not that far from where I live. So we took an Uber, and there was a surge price. It was like surge price 1.4 times normal. I was like, all right, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
We book it. Fucking the Uber driver's the dumbest Uber driver I've ever had in my
Yeah.
life. This guy
he was a
literally stopped in front of my driveway and was like, I can't find your place. And I was like, you are in front of the driveway. Like, let go of the brake and start turning your wheel to the right. You will be in my driveway. He's like, okay, he missed it.
God.
I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He pulls in, And we get into his Suburban, and I'm like, okay, cool, just pull to the right here, and you can back up and leave. He pulls to the left, and it's like, you just turned this into like a 20-point turn now.
Yeah.
and then as we get into his car, he's like, oh, for some reason, Uber canceled your ride. You have to re-request it. So we
kicked you out?
re-request it, and it becomes like a 3.7.
I've heard they do that. They cancel them.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, I don't know. The Uber app just did that. Do you want me to wait and see if it goes down? I was like, fuck you. Like, we took it, and then immediately it was just like, contact Uber support.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, yeah, we're so sorry. They refunded like the difference and everything. They took care of it. But I was like, they need to fire that asshole.
I think everyone does it, and I think they only refund the people that complain. I
was
think
like,
that's how
what?
they make a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Like,
Is they'll just be like, see if anyone has an issue with this.
Yeah, even with a 1.4 surge, it should have been like $30 or something.
Yeah.
It ended up being like $170.
Damn,
It was
son.
like, what the fuck?
See,
That's
what
stupid.
a fucking piece of shit.
I got a lift home for $10 because I did that new thing, Lift Line.
Oh, it's
That's where
What's
you
Damn.
share a ride with
That's
somebody.
weird.
So you say, I want to
one's
do this
using
thing, and then it starts like looking at everyone else requesting a ride, and then they find a guy that's going to almost the exact same place you are or stopping right before it. So I was like, yeah, I'll do this. And so they show up, the car shows up, and the guy who I'm riding with's already in there. He's in the passenger seat, which, I don't know, feels weird to me. So I get in the back seat, and they're just chatting it up. Like, they're like best friends. And I'm like, sweet, I can just be back here on my phone. And then the guy in the front, the other passenger, falls asleep. And now there's a silence. And for whatever reason, now I'm like overwhelmed with awkwardness because everybody's used to like chatting and being friendly. And now I'm just sitting there not knowing what to do. And I have no problems not talking to people.
Yeah.
But it was just like this weird, awkward pressure where I thought he was just judging me. And they all thought I was the weird one.
I always
You should have
thought
just fallen asleep as well.
I know, or faked it. It
I
was
had-
so weird and awkward.
That sounds like a situation I would like just want to disappear from.
Yeah.
Aaron and I were taking lifts together because what we would do is I would drive to his apartment, park at his place, and we get a lift downtown to where we're
And a
going
lift,
to the movie.
we should say to those who don't have it, is another service, just like Uber.
Yes, it's basically a taxi service.
LYFT.
Yeah. So we had the worst Lyft driver I've ever had. We get in, and the guy he's lost to begin with, but he was also just really creepy. He like almost drove someone off the road 3 times, and each time Aaron was in the back seat, pinned up against the window, and he actually was screaming. He was watching the other car. Jesus Christ! He was screaming, and the Lyft driver just didn't even notice. He was just like driving along. Shot past our destination by like 3 blocks, and we were so fucking terrified. We're just like, just let us off, just let us off, just let us off. And God, we were.
Do they not have to take some sort of test to become a driver of other humans?
Apparently
No.
not. This guy,
That was the big thing with the
guarantee-
city of Austin. They're like, you barely do background checks. You don't have these insurance requirements. Like, you shouldn't be here.
I guarantee this guy was a former taxi driver. Just like he just had all the makings of one. Very aggressive driver. Poor Aaron. was
Taxi
just
drivers are usually better
scared.
drivers, though.
But you,
No, they're
shouldn't,
terrible.
you shouldn't do all that if you're going to crash, right? You
I've
gotta
never
go limp.
understood that.
What?
The people who do that, or
Well,
like
I mean,
reach up, like that
You
you're
just
making
get-
it worse.
You just get injured more because you're like locked onto all these bits of the car that are going to like crush you down. If
right,
you
like
crash.
the airbag is designed to stop you from this, not from like this.
Apparently, the people that are like sleeping or whatever in
Yeah.
car accidents are the ones
All
that
the
are just fine.
idiots that are drunk and they just go limp because they fall asleep at the wheel. They always survive. And that's why it would be awesome if the human body had a safety feature where if you're about to eat shit, you could just trigger something that just makes you go completely limp for
Orange
like 5
eagle
seconds.
monkey.
There you go. You just slightly reverse it and you're
When
paralyzed.
else would you be able to use that? It's just like to dodge a
No,
punch.
you pretty much only use it in fast moving
You
vehicles.
want to go?
If Mike Tyson's about to punch you, it's when the Mike Tyson punch is inbound. You just fucking drop one of those. You know?
Yeah.
You'll be hurt way less on that.
Like all your bones just disappear for 5 seconds.
Well, apparently, like if you like tense up, your own muscles will like break your bones.
Yeah,
or something.
I think that's what happens to people. You
Yeah.
just- it's a safety feature of the human body that works if you're not traveling at like 60 miles an
Yeah.
hour, which your body was never designed to do.
No.
So if you see something happening, you're like, you know, you're going to accident, just be like, just be cool. You're
Just
going to get hit in the face with a giant truck. Just be cool.
Just go limp.
Just go limp.
That's my advice. Anytime I think I'm going to be in an accident, I'm in the passenger seat. It's like I'm just going to go limp.
Yeah.
It would be really
go
funny
there.
if you were the driver of a car and this feature existed and you like almost hit someone and you just saw in the rearview mirror everyone in your car just be like,
Well, it's like there's like
Everyone was,
those
like,
fainting
swaying around.
goats. The fucking fainting
yeah,
goats are
it'd be
adorable.
just like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of the goat licking a dog?
No. Are we still on? Is the internet still on goats?
Goats and owls. Do you see the video
Oh,
of the
goats are going
Owls
out.
are a thing now?
Did you see the video of the guys driving around like blasting music with an owl? I have
it bobbing its head?
no context for it. It's like they're blasting music, got their windows down, and the driver just has like an owl in his lap, and he's driving. It looks like the owl just flew in and is just like, all right.
So he has a pet owl?
I don't think it's his pet. I think it,
You just
it
think it's
flew
just
into
an
the
owl?
car.
Why do you think that though?
I don't know. Why
What,
would someone,
what about the owl?
Why would someone have a pet owl?
Because
The-
people
the
like
guy's
attention.
and also
He's more likely to have a pet owl than just have an owl that
the
flew
guy
in and
filming
keep it.
is like overreacting. Like, yeah, there's an owl in here. He's just saying, oh, there's the goat. They knew exactly what goat licking a dog I was talking about.
How many goats do lick dogs? Oh,
What is it? Is it like attacking the dog?
Attacking it with tongue glove.
Aw.
that dog is not asked.
Goats are fucking weird. I saw one the other day where the goat was balking like a chicken. He's like, just like a fucking goat. Goats are on the
Where
way
did
out.
you see a
though.
goat?
Huh?
Where did you see a goat?
No, I saw a video of a goat.
Oh,
Would you have a pet owl?
disappointing.
No, owls are.
Did you say
no?
no?
Owls are terrifying.
Is it because they can do that thing where they turn their head
No,
around?
they're like super vicious hunters. You know, they're like silent and they'll cut you to shreds with their talons.
I was
They're
at
not-
my parents.
they're not what
too
they
long
seem.
ago, and they had an owl perched up on like their top window, and I was out for a night run, and I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, it's an owl," and I made a vine of it, and it was just like I kept tapping on the window, it was just pissed off, it just look at me, crane its head around, and then just look away.
Did you ever see the video of the guy who has an owl in his kitchen and he's trying to get it out, and it's like at the end of like a broom? No, this is the dude riding with an owl.
That looks like a pet owl.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gotta
totally
be
a pet owl.
I'd be freaking the fuck out if there's a, creature in my lap like that.
But this dude got an owl in his kitchen, and because the window's open, the owl flew in, and so he got the owl on a broom and it's like very slowly trying to take it to the window and get it back outside, and the owl's just like sitting staring at him like it wants to murder him with his eyes.
Did it work?
Yeah. Then he like puts it out the window and the owl takes off. And
Dude,
I mean-
sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying like you can fight an owl, right? I mean, an owl's you're gonna do more damage to an owl than it's gonna do to you.
sure, but an owl will hurt you significantly.
You could batter an owl, but it'd probably scratch the living hell out of your skin.
Oh, the talons.
Like
Right.
if
I was
on
just
the
thinking
beak.
a beak.
Yeah,
The beak I can deal with. The talons, I guess.
you got a lot going on there.
It's also
Oh man.
whether it's one of those creatures who knows what it's pinpointing. Like, would it go straight for your eye
Or the genitals.
or the like a kangaroo will always kick a dick. Like
Really?
always on a human, it'll just go on its tail and just kick a dude's dick off.
Awesome. I like kangaroos even more now.
So it can really jump back and just like hold itself on its tail.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's how they get all their like kicking action, isn't it? They
That's
just
pretty dope.
they're like a
maim
rocking
people.
chair that kicks that kicks your balls off.
And I think chimpanzees always go for dicks too. Like if
Yeah.
you get attacked by a mob of chimps, they'll just rip your penis off and eat it.
Yeah, they'll do it.
And eat it.
Yeah, I mean it's food, right?
Have you guys gone to HEB just in the last like 3 months? There's a fucking bird that lives in the cafe. Like you'll just be eating and a bird will land on your table.
What bird?
Do you
Just a
think it's
bird-
the same bird, or do you think it's a different bird that gets in all the time?
There might be several birds, but HEB, the employees don't even give a shit. At one point, I just saw one give it like the
What are they
evil
gonna
eye.
do?
Get it the fuck out of the
How?
restaurant.
Get a
it's
net.
flying in the grocery store.
Get a
Anything.
net.
Kill it. Well, don't kill
I'm
it.
sure
I
the
like
bird's gonna
birds.
fucking die on its own, being in the store.
Yeah, then they're gonna cook it into some bread or something. But that bird has been there for ages. I've seen it shit on a man before. And they don't do anything about it.
It's good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that guy thought so too that day.
Maybe he's into it.
Boy, the fecal philiac.
Some people are into that.
Man, that's weird. Fetishes are strange.
I read that the white stuff in bird poo is the piss,
Oh, really?
and the black stuff is the shit.
So their dick
And
and,
they
their
just-
butthole is just all.
I think
like,
they just have it all together, and it's just like
That
Man.
seems like a more efficient system.
because
It's
when
terrible.
have you ever seen a bird take a piss?
It's all together.
Oh, I guess I haven't.
I think it's a way better. That's a way better.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Why
Yeah.
do we have two different?
I mean,
Would
they
you want
both
that?
they
Well,
both do the
yeah.
same.
You would want just like one like it would just look like this. I don't know. And it just,
Imagine-
like,
So what would you rather have, a shit dick or a piss ass?
Yeah, it's like your dick's just for fucking. I would totally rather have a piss ass.
Yeah.
oh, so you'd still want your dick, but a piss ass.
Right.
An arsehole is not effective for liquid. Like when anyone's ever had diarrhea, you just think this is just like the toilet's just like it's not
How about
focused.
like a Navi tail where you could connect it and then you can fuck through that way?
We're
Oh, I
talking
thought you
about
were talking
shitting
about
and
shit.
pissing. We're not talking about.
I'm just talking about different ways of sexual organs, man. You know, to get all mad. How would you like? Ideally, what would your genitals be like? I don't really like my balls hanging out so exposed.
Yeah, but they need to be cooler than your body.
Yeah, but it's not ideal.
Well, how low? How low do they hang?
Mine? We're not gonna get into it, but pretty.
You brought it up.
Kind of low. Yeah, when it's hot out, man.
I would love to see what if you could design your genitals. Like, what would that look? You know how some people get really tacky with stuff?
Yeah.
If they have that customization option, like you'll drive a car into a chop shop in GTA and just come out with the worst thing ever. I imagine your dick would be some sort of chromed spinner, like stabby thing.
It looked pretty cool, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I would get a spinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. LED lights on it.
You flip it over and it goes, oh.
You can hit them together. Like they make the banging noise.
It's really
Some-
good at this.
But they really are the perfect shape
What's that?
and the perfect design. Ugly bastards, but they're
Balls or dicks?
just the whole lot.
I think
Anus too.
Everything in the human body is designed really well.
It's just weird that you can't be attracted. I guess you can, but like, there's all like these facial features that you're attracted to on a person, on a girl. Say for you, but genitals don't really have that unless you've actually seen a vagina and been like, I'm really turned on by that vagina.
You're not?
would.
No, I mean,
I've
if you
seen-
saw them
I'm
more
turned
often,
on.
though.
I'm turned on
like
by
regularly.
everything else, but a vagina on its own isn't sexy.
I mean, depends.
Like if I just showed you one and it was in my hand, you'd
I
be
mean,
like,
that's like with anything. If I just showed you a tit right now, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" You know, like I don't know.
I guess that's true.
You need context.
Eyes. If you just give a single eyeball, you know,
Yeah, you're right.
it's got to be an ensemble.
I'll give you credit. My point kind of fell apart.
I'm sorry, Gavin.
Is that a first? Gavin has a
Absolutely
point that
not.
falls apart.
Have I talked about the first time I saw a vagina?
No.
Do tell.
So I was on the bus.
Wait, so it wasn't like a picture?
Wait, this was like last week.
I was
Was
on
this
the
like a-
school bus
Oh,
in like, I don't know, second grade or something, and this kid had a penthouse which is like filthy, and he turned to like Paige, and it was just like a close up of a vagina, and like just like hardcore, everything bare. And he's like, check this out. I remember looking at me like, hey, what's that? He's like, oh, that's a pussy. And me being like, cool. And then in my head being like, what the fuck is that?
Is he in second grade also?
Where does that go?
wee-wee?
Was
So
he in
how
second
old are
grade
you?
also? The kid showing this to you? Wow.
And that was the
No,
first.
he was my teacher.
And that was the first time you saw a growler.
Yeah.
The growler.
Because, like, you might, like, come across, but there's, like, there's hair covering and stuff. But this was just, like, it was just right there. And I could not make sense of it.
Did you have nightmares?
No.
So when you first had some intercourse, were you like, I'm prepared for this. I know what I'm dealing with down there.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to the experience looking at a penthouse when he was 8.
I remember doing reading before I was with a young female. I did reading beforehand, and I think I did pretty well. I remember my first erection. I thought a bone had slipped out of place and jutted into my skin flap, and then I was like, "Uh-oh." Yeah, I didn't know what was going on with my body.
You're like, Mom.
I didn't.
Brooklyn's
I didn't.
bone.
I just remember sitting watching TV. And I was just like, "Ah,
What were you watching?
what is this?" Man,
G.I.
what
Joe?
was I watching? That's a really good one. I'll have to think about that.
Be careful.
I remember I was playing.
Very good, Brandon.
I was playing with a Luke Skywalker action figure, but that was not what initiated the.
Did you think you had a lightsaber built in?
Wow, wow! This is Mom. Look. No.
I love that artwork. That's exactly what it was like.
Wait, what
There
is
we go. We have someone who is this. Taylor Stone drew Brandon and his awkward lift encounter.
Oh, I was freaking out.
I like these mid-podcast art pieces we get.
Yeah.
this? They're pretty great.
So that's TB Stone on Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor Stone.
I like trying to find them and putting them up as I see them.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, well, I guess it's about time to wrap up.
Oh,
Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about?
had
or
so much fun.
are we done?
What do you think the last vagina you'll ever see is?
Probably my wife's.
Well, yeah, high hopes, huh?
Yeah, that's.
Wife, huh?
Never mind. I really don't think that I don't know. I might not get married.
I hope it's.
That was a deep, heavy ending.
I might not.
Why not?
Just don't think it's gonna work out. I don't know. I think oh no, that'd reveal too much of someone's personal life that works here at the company. But I think the way that my trajectory is, I could end up like someone.
How old are you?
24.
Mm-hmm.
I like these podcasts because we say a lot of stuff.
That we wouldn't normally.
No, we just say a lot of stuff being like young people. And then when we're older, we'll look back and think, moron. I was really wrong about
I'm
that.
thinking it now. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see y'all on Wednesday with an episode of The Patch, and and Thursday with On the Spot. Next Monday with RT Podcast.
Bye.
Bye.